Guys, welcome to Outside the Brand. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for March 8th, 2023 rather. I am your host Phil, and of course this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Wednesday nights, wherever you may be. I'm going solo tonight, that is okay. Guys, AEW Dynamite tonight. Interesting, to say the least, isn't it? We have a new TNT champion in Powerhouse Hobbs. I predicted that. I knew that was going to happen. I thought that was going to happen, and it actually did happen. And the fact that it actually did happen, I am kind of iffy on. I'm not mad that Wardlow won the TNT Championship. Not Wardlow. I'm not mad that Powerhouse Hobbs won the TNT Championship tonight. The guy has been absolutely deserving for quite some time now. But, at the end of the day, this TNT Championship don't mean shit. I've been telling you guys this for quite some time now. I am not a big fan of the TNT Championship and the way that it's been booked over the last couple of months. It just has not been looking the way that it should. And it's just not, the right way that it should be done right now. But in the grand scheme of things, we do have a new champion in Powerhouse Hobbs. The guy has been championship ready for quite some time now, and I'm glad that he's getting a shot with this championship. Now, what happens to Wardlow? I legitimately have no idea. I don't. Wardlow is honestly, I hate that I'm even saying this, but to me, he's lost so much momentum over the last couple of months that he's honestly just been dead in the water. And it sucks. It really does suck because we all love Wardlow. We all love Wardlow here and we want Wardlow to succeed. I think Wardlow is an incredible talent and we all know that he is. But what do you want me to say? Everything that Wardlow was months ago, he's not anymore. And it fucking sucks. Because we all know Wardlow has an amazing amount of potential. We all know what Wardlow can be and what Wardlow can do for what AEW brings, but he just does not have that momentum back anymore. And I don't know what else to do with Wardlow. I don't even know what we can do with Wardlow now. Both of these championship reigns for Wardlow ended in terrible fashion, and now we just have no idea what the fuck to do with Wardlow. But at the end of the day, we're gonna have to deal with Wardlow another time. Powerhouse Hobbs is the new TNT champion. And I think that's going to be a great thing for him. I'm not going to lie there. I think Wardlow, I'm so worried about Wardlow, I have no idea what the fuck I'm even talking about. The fact that Powerhouse Hobbs, though, is the TNT champion is great for him. I do think that that's a great spot for him right now. But we're just going to have to figure out what AEW does with him going forward with that, and hopefully we get some answers going very, very soon. But guys, we're going to be talking about AEW Dynamite tonight and everything that happened tonight. I thought it was a very good show otherwise. I really do. I thought it was a very nice flowing type of show, and now we have some storylines heading into the road for Double or Nothing that happens in Vegas. So I thought it was a very, very good, productive show. It's just that there were some questionable decisions along the way, as usual. I mean, not every show is going to be perfect, but with a new champion now in Powerhouse Hobbs, with some stories being built for Double or Nothing, we had a pretty dang good show tonight. But at the end of the day, we're going to get through things here on OTB, and we'll find out what we can do with everything moving forward as we head to Double or Nothing in Las Vegas. So, Guys, before we do anything, hit the like button, turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We will be going live tomorrow with a special episode, and I don't want to give that away, so stay tuned for that as we prepare for that special episode tomorrow. That episode will probably be around 7:30, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, guys, we're going to be talking about AEW Dynamite tonight, so hit the like button, turn on the bell for all notifications, subscribe to the channel as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We are currently at 716 right now, which is a great number, but I think we can do a lot better when it comes to that, so please hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to 1K. Follow me on social media. All the TikTok links for everybody that is associated with OTB is down in the description below. But you guys can follow me on social media at PhillyMatt_, and that is where you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So go follow me on social media. If you guys don't already, we just hit 1,000 followers on Twitter today, which is great. So thank you so much for that. We're going to continue to grind on Twitter. Twitter is not a real place, and we all know that. And Twitter is an absolute cesspool for social media, but I love being on Twitter, talking with friends, talking with enemies. It's a great time, you know? Love the chaos over there on Twitter. But make sure to follow me all on the social media platforms. Those are down in the description below. And go get our merchandise. We have merchandise over at Teespring. Teespring is the official home of OTB and its merchandise, so go get your merchandise today. And yeah, final thing is use our SeatGeek code. We have our official sponsor here on the podcast, and that is SeatGeek. SeatGeek is a great ticketing website for your smart device. You guys can go get it. It's on the App Store today, and you guys are gonna get the best deals when using SeatGeek. If you want to go to a wrestling event, if you want to go to a concert, if you want to go to any sporting event at all, basically anywhere that you need a fucking ticket for, go use SeatGeek and use the code OTB for $20 off your first purchase when you use that code and when you use SeatGeek. So $20 off your first purchase using SeatGeek. Use code OTB at checkout for that $20 off. And I think that's a great deal. You get $20 off your ticketing price. That's fantastic, and you're saving a lot of money when it comes to that. So use SeatGeek today, use code OTB for $20 off, and get your tickets today using SeatGeek, as you will get the best offer based on their 1 to 10 scale rate when it comes to the best prices. So you guys know you're getting the best deal when you're looking at SeatGeek, so go get that today and use our code OTB for $20 off. Alright, guys. Let's get right into the show. I don't want to waste any more time, honestly. I want to get right through this show, because I thought the show was really good tonight, but, I'm not gonna lie. I'm fucking tired, and I need some sleep. So, we're gonna go over everything, obviously, as we usually do here on the show, as we usually do here for these post shows for Raw, SmackDown, NXT, for Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, and all that kind of stuff, right? But I am fucking tired. I'm gonna do the best that I can, and we're gonna break it down the only way that we know how, right here on OTB. We started things off tonight. Obviously, a video package highlighting everything that happened at AEW Revolution that happened this past Sunday, before Pyro kicks in and we have the arrival of the All-Atlantic Champion, Orange Cassidy, as he will be defending the championship against Jay Lethal tonight on AEW Dynamite. Jay Lethal came to the ring, followed by his usual crew, and the officials take away Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt, and leave Lethal all on his own to go up against Orange Cassidy for the All-Atlantic Championship. Very, very good match with Orange Cassidy and Jay Lethal. I thought this was a great match. It was a great opener for AEW Dynamite. It's nothing new, it's nothing major, mainly because of the fact that we all knew that Orange Cassidy was going to retain this championship tonight. But regardless, I thought that this was a very good open for the show. And the All-Atlantic Championship continues to actually get some spotlight here on AEW Dynamite, which I have been wanting and I have been looking for. So please, Tony, continue doing that. I think Tony Khan is at least allowing that championship to actually get presence on AEW. And finally, we have something going on when it comes to that title. So I think that's a very good idea to continue having it on AEW Dynamite, so continue doing that, because Orange Cassidy is fucking great in the ring, and we all know what he can bring to the table. So we have here is Lethal managing to get back onto the offense after some more pinfall attempts from Orange Cassidy. And he heads up to the top rope for an elbow drop, only to take knees to the face by the champion, Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy then goes for the orange punch and gets knocked down with a cutter, but Lethal still only gets a near fall from this. Lethal with a thrust kick to the kneecap, but collapses when he was trying to do the lethal injection. And the champ manages to nail him with the orange punch and gets the pinfall victory. Bryce presents Orange Cassidy with the championship, but the champion needs help to his feet as his arm is raised high in victory. Lethal heads to ringside, grabs the Golden Globe, but is distracted by Bryce, and he is instructed by Bryce to leave the area as Jay heads up to the ramp. We see Jeff Jarrett come to the ring before hitting Orange Cassidy with the stroke, his finishing maneuver. The crowd showering hate for Jeff Jarrett before Best Friends came out for the save. Jarrett then hightails it out of the ring, heading through the crowd, and we cut to footage of Wardlow talking about the TNT Championship and his gear being stolen from his car earlier on today, before going backstage where we see Powerhouse Hobbs talking about this and how ready he is to become TNT Champion tonight. So, like I said earlier, I thought this was a very good opener for AEW Dynamite tonight when it comes to the All-Atlantic Championship. I think the All-Atlantic title should be featured more on AEW television, and I think this is a great way to do that. Now, just random AEW All-Atlantic Championship matches every single week is not going to do anything much for the title, but at least it's being featured on the show. So hopefully we figure out more stuff to come for there. Back at ringside, and we see Absolute Ricky Starks makes his way down to the ring. As we all know, Chris Jericho, he faced him at Revolution, beat him at Revolution, and he says that people are asking him what's next. To which Starks replies, "I'm not sure. The question weighs heavily on his mind and is not what's going to do next. It's where he is going next." Bullet Club's music plays, which is fucking insane. I thought as soon as Bullet Club's music hit, I immediately thought Jay White, but no, it was Juice Robinson. Juice Robinson popped out of nowhere, attacking Ricky Starks from behind. Robinson stands tall over the fallen Starks, leaving everyone with a lot of questions as we head to another commercial break. Juice Robinson has been here in AEW. It's not like he's not here in AEW. He is assigned talent within the company. But the fact that Bullet Club was his music, attacking Ricky Starks, is interesting in its own right. Because we all thought that we all thought that Juice Robinson left Bullet Club when he left New Japan to come to AEW. Obviously, now that's not the case, and we have some questions in regards of what Bullet Club is going to be happening here in AEW. Does this lead to Jay White coming to AEW? Who knows? Because obviously Jay White, you know, it's a big thing, right? I don't know. And the fact that we have Ricky Starks going from Chris Jericho to a feud with Juice Robinson, that's a very, different aspect than what I was thinking of for him. It's a very interesting situation, but I am going to allow this thing to breathe, and I'm going to allow it to, develop as we get to AEW Double or Nothing. Because I think it's going to be a fantastic match. Juice Robinson is an incredible talent, as we all know, but it did just seem a little weird seeing Ricky Starks go into a feud with Juice Robinson after beating Chris Jericho at Revolution on Sunday. I don't know. But we'll see where things go from there, and I'm honestly kind of really excited to see what happens now because of the whole Bullet Club music. Who knows what can happen, right? So I think this is going to be very good for Ricky Starks, and hell, even for Juice Robinson too, because Ricky Starks is a great talent. So we'll see where things go from there. We come back from commercial, and we hear from the TNT champion Wardlow, where he found out that the match is now Falls Count Anywhere, as champ promises to demolish Powerhouse Hobbs tonight. As we get back to ringside, Renee Paquette welcomes Ruby Soho to the ring to address what happened at Revolution. This was big. I was very interested into what Ruby Soho was going to say tonight, mainly because of the fact that we needed an explanation as to the reason why the Outsiders exist and the reason for her actually joining the group. So this promo right here was everything for me. And it fucking delivered. I absolutely loved it. When asked why Ruby Soho did what she did at Revolution, she responded by saying that it's absolutely obvious here. It shouldn't come to a surprise saying that the fans created this monster inside of her. By addressing the fan reaction to her first title match, pointing out that the fans were thrilled that Britt Baker won, she follows up by talking about the match with Chris Statlander that she had and being booed out of the building when she beat Chris Statlander. So, at Revolution, when Jamie Hayter pinned her, Ruby realized that no one was coming for her defense when she lost. So, no one at AEW was really going to be appreciating her. That follows a trend with Toni Storm not even being called a real champion at first when she was the interim AEW Women's World Champion, and Saraya coming out of retirement and showed nothing but hate. And was shown nothing but hate. And that is fucking true. Everything in what Ruby Soho was saying is 100% factual information, especially when it comes to the Saraya side. When Saraya came out at Grand Slam, and trust me, I was there. I was there for that. The fans absolutely erupted. We were so happy to see Saraya back after years of being away from the ring. But ever since she came back, absolutely nothing but hate. Nothing but hate for Saraya. And it's honestly not even warranted at times. Mainly because of the fact that she has been out of the ring for so long. You can't expect her to have 5-star bangers every single fucking week. But fans are going to be fans. They're going to be fucking fickle, and that's just what happens. But she was speaking nothing but the truth here. But she came out of retirement and was shown nothing but hate. You cannot build on a broken foundation, and addresses with the broken AEW Women's Division is before calling out her opponent tonight, who was another AEW original in Skye Blue. She comes to the ring, and the match is immediately underway as Skye attacked Ruby Soho. So the match is very good. I thought the match was very good for Ruby Soho and Skye Blue. Skye Blue is fucking fantastic, and I think AEW needs to realize that they have somebody in Skye Blue that they can build for the future of this company, and she's not even fucking signed yet. She's had I think what Tony Schiavone said was like 70 plus matches in AEW, and she's not even signed yet. When you have 70 matches in AEW plus, and you're not signed yet, that's a problem. Sign Skye Blue. Sign Skye Blue already. It's not that hard, but regardless, Skye Blue did very well in this match tonight, as she always usually does. She's a very good talent in that ring. She started him out a comeback, does Skye, but is taken down off the second rope by Ruby, and she mocks her before hitting a back suplex. Skye then goes for a side headlock takedown, but is taken down by another suplex, only to roll out of the way of Ruby. Soho then starts hitting some forearms and was met with some forearms of Skye's own, but Ruby blocks that and hits a thrust kick, only to take an enziguri instead. Skye then takes it to the ropes and leaps off, but only for a near fall. Skye is met with a thrust kick and then gives back one to Ruby, and it connects, but she connected with a destination unknown for the pinfall victory as Ruby Soho picked up the win. Saraya and Toni Storm head down to the ring, spraying paint in the shape of an L on Skye Blue, only for Willow Nightingale to show up, run down for the save, and she tries to talk some sense into Ruby Soho, saying, "Hey, listen, you don't have to do this. You don't have to be doing this right now." But Wardlow is blindsided by Saraya and Toni Storm, and then they spray painted L's on both Nightingale and Skye Blue as Ruby's music played, and the trio just looking very smug, and they're just, mad at the world. I thought this was a very, very well thought out and productive segment for this trio. I do. And I know people just absolutely hate this whole thing, right? With the Outsiders and the AEW Originals. It's basically WWE versus AEW inside the product here. But now we actually have a fucking story. Now we have a story. Now we actually know the reason why these three exist as a trio, and now they're going after the AEW Locker Room. Now we have now we have an explanation, and now we have a fucking story. So, hopefully, I highly doubt it, because it's AEW fans and just wrestling fans in general, but now that we have an explanation, and now that we actually have a story, hopefully, we can move on and actually see where things go. Will that happen? Most likely not, because fans are going to be fans. But regardless, I am very happy that this segment took place tonight. Now that we have an explanation and a reason for this trio to exist, let's see where it can go. I'm very happy about it. So we're backstage as we see Hangman and he's talking about what happened at Revolution. Paige gave Renee an apology for what she's had to go through over the last couple of weeks and on Sunday. But after Texas' death, he is finished with Jon, and we'll see where things go from here for Hangman Page. Up next, though, we do have the trios match between AR Fox and Top Flight versus the Jericho Appreciation Society. But before that, we had FTR speak. FTR came out, and we had them speaking. But before we actually do that, MJF was here. Or not here physically, but on a video package. The AEW World Champion spoke about what AEW Revolution meant to him. And before talking about March 15th, his birthday, where he is looking for a massive celebration back at, and MJF's just great on the mic. Look at the promo if you haven't seen it already. But we do have FTR speaking here, and this was a very good promo by both Dax and Cash. I love FTR here. I love that FTR are back in AEW, and I hope that they stay. I hope that they stay around. I really do. I hope they stick around and stay in AEW because they're a great team here. They're a great team here, and they should stay here, honestly. So FTR chants loud in the arena tonight as we talk about Revolution and their return. FTR have missed hearing the crowd before addressing how bad the past few months have been, losing to the Acclaimed, to the Guns, and losing 3 sets of titles in a month, and losing their best friend in the business, referring to Jay Briscoe. They called out the current AEW World Tag Team Champions in the Guns. They also addressed the love to the fans and sending the love back to them as they were addressing the trilogy of matches that they had with the Briscoes and how the feeling of joy was taken away from the Guns. Now it is time for retribution. Now it's time to get even. But they have to hit the Guns where it hurts the most, and that has become the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. They gotta do it for FTR, they gotta do it for the Briscoes, and most of all, the fans. Top guys out. Great stuff. And honestly, I do think that they will become the AEW Tag Team Champions. They are going to beat the Guns, in my opinion, and we'll have those guys as finally the AEW Tag Team Champions, as they should have been. So, good stuff there. The crowd is showing some love as they go backstage. And now we have Renee Paquette interviewing Jade Cargill. She's 53-0, so she's wondering, are you even threatened at this point with this record? She's like, what type of challenges do we even have here anymore? If you want a shot at this, pointing at the TNT Championship in Canada, why don't you come out and get stepped on? So she basically set out a challenge for the TBS Championship next week as they go to Canada for the first time. So it's gonna be very cool, finally having an AEW Dynamite in Canada is gonna be pretty cool to see. So let's see what happens there. Then the trios match happened. AR Fox and Top Flight took on the Jericho Appreciation Society and Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia. Very good trios match here. And it was basically leading to what was happening in Canada next week. Because we have, obviously, we all know now that it's going to be a 3-way trios match for the Trios Championships next week. But we'll get to that in a second as I go through the final portions of this match here. So we have a tag from Darius. JAS start to take control again as the chaos ensues. We end up with Fox hitting a senton off the apron to the outside, and back inside the ring we go as Darius counters the walls of Jericho for a near fall. Darius is no match for the bat to the back by Hager as the referee was still dealing with the chaos from the outside. However, leading to the Judas effect from the JAS, and the JAS got the pinfall victory over AR Fox and Top Flight. So, Angelo Parker gets on the mic afterwards, taunting to the Sacramento crowd after the win. Daddy Magic talks about tonight being the 1-year anniversary of the formation for the JAS, which is very interesting in itself, mainly because of the fact I forgot it's already been a year. Garcia says that they should be now the #1 contenders for the World Trios Championships. Guevara says that they're also just the sexiest group in the world, while Hager got on the mic and said, "Yeah, I like this sexy hat." Hager's just an asshole, but I love him. Jericho called out the House of Black after this. The lights go out, and the Elite come out instead. The former champions address the mutual respect that they have for the JAS before saying that, out of everything that is happening, the Elite established the Trios Championships, and at Revolution, they are now the clear #1 contenders, as they should be getting their rematch. Callis says that Jericho is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, but only second best in Winnipeg. And if Don had time to train Chris, he would be number 3. Chris then calls out Don, but the lights cut out once again, and we see a House of Black on the big screen. Malachi addresses the situation and is curious in the manner, starting a challenge on the screen and finishing it when they appear in the middle of the ramp and say, "Listen, if you guys want these Trios Championships, come take them." As we make sense of everything that kind of just happened here, we go backstage where Tony Khan is on the screen, and we see him talking about Orange Cassidy and how he'll defend the All-Atlantic Championship next week in Canada. But it's now being upgraded because of everything with Warner Discovery. We are now going to be calling the All-Atlantic Championship to the AEW International Championship going forward. Tony talks about leveling up the championship before we go to a video package highlighting the Shazam film and the rivalry between Orange Cassidy and Jeff Jarrett. So, I want to talk about this because now we have the All-Atlantic Championship now being known as the International Championship. I like the name. I do. I actually liked both the names. I like the All-Atlantic title name, and I like the International Championship name. I think it's going to be a very good idea to change it to the International Championship. As long as we continue... I think what this hopefully means is now that we actually have a championship that has a more championship-like presence when it comes to a name aspect, hopefully this means a lot more stuff when it comes to this championship. I think it's going to be a good thing for this championship now. Hopefully we continue to see it more on television, and hopefully, for the love of God, I hope Orange Cassidy retains next week. Because Jeff Jarrett does not need a fucking championship when he is really a backstage guy in AEW, but he is on screen as a pro wrestler as well. Hope to fucking God that Orange Cassidy retains next week, and we'll all be fine. People are saying that this is gonna be, just it won't mean anything. I hope it does mean something, honestly. This championship change and everything like that, I hope it does. Now people are saying we're gonna get a new design. I hope to God not, because, I like the actual look of this championship. Just change the front plate that says All-Atlantic and just change it to International. That's all it has to fucking do. You don't have to change the entire design because of a name change. Just change the front plate and you're good to go. But yeah, I hope this means a lot more stuff to come when it comes to the International Championship. I'm gonna have to fucking figure that name out now. I finally just got used to the All-Atlantic title, and now we're changing it to International. But honestly, I like the International Championship more. It does sound a lot better than All-Atlantic to me. We then come back from a commercial break as we see Bryan Danielson talking about AEW Revolution. He talks about how hard it has been seeing him tap out, addressing his future and saying, quote, "I think it's time for me to go home." I hope this does not mean actually that he is retiring. I really hope not. But I think we're going to be seeing, some self-doubt in Danielson, seeing where things can go from here, and then he's going to get that confidence back somehow, and he is going to be better than ever. I think that's what it's basically going to be going down as. We had a tag team match now at the Blackpool Combat Club's Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli versus the Dark Order and Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Decent match here. We all knew who was going to win in the Blackpool Combat Club, but what sucks is the Dark Order. And I hate that I'm even saying that, but the Dark Order is absolutely nothing now, and it's been nothing since the sad passing of Brody Lee. The Dark Order just should not even be a thing anymore. It's honestly a disgrace to what Brody Lee wanted it to be. And it sucks seeing what it's become. I love all those guys in the Dark Order. Don't get me wrong. I do. I like John Silver. I basically like everybody that is in the Dark Order. But it's not the same without Brody Lee, and everybody knows that. So either get rid of the group or figure out something else. Seriously, because it doesn't even matter anymore. We don't even have the actual tag team that was a part of the Dark Order to begin with. We had Evil Uno and Stu Grayson as the tag team in the Dark Order. Stu Grayson, from what I know, I think he's an Impact. So that sucks. I mean, good for him that he's an Impact. I mean, I hope he's doing well over there. But Evil Uno and Stu Grayson were the tag team for the Dark Order, and now it's just Evil Uno just floundering around, and we have no idea what the fuck's happening. So obviously the Blackpool Combat Club won against the Dark Order here. They just really need to figure out what the fuck they're doing with the Dark Order at this point. So Mox gets back to his feet and starts laying in on Silver, who comes back at Moxley with some mountain punches of his own until Silver locks in a triangle lock. Silver then rolls through and counters, but locking in a submission hold, followed by knees to the temple of Moxley as Claudio intervenes. He gets a tag and Claudio taunts Silver and boosts him into the face, only for a double team from the Dark Order. Mox then gets a blind tag and as Silver and Claudio go at it back and forth. Moxley then locks in a hold onto Reynolds as that makes him pass out, and the ref calls for the bell. Mox isn't quite finished yet as they attack Reynolds, and Claudio attacks Silver until Evil Uno comes out running in for the save. He goes for Mox and is interrupted by Wheeler Yuta of the Blackpool Combat Club to take control. And then Hangman Page comes out to intervene now, and he checks on his friends and gets blindsided by the Blackpool Combat Club as officials are running out there to break everything up. I don't understand why this feud is continuing on. I don't understand it. I thought Hangman was done with Moxley. I thought Hangman was done with the Blackpool Combat Club. Why are we still getting this? Why? What is happening now? Hangman said it himself that he was done, so why are we getting it still? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Help me out here. Please. Please. But, I just don't get it. So, it is what it is, but that's what happened here. Back from commercial, as we hear from the Acclaimed, who got interrupted by, the JAS. They say that they are top recruiters for the former tag team champions. This just gets a big laugh out of them, and they say that they are on more TV than them, so they should just not associate with them at all. So, which is kind of rude, but yeah, it's kind of true. So, we have a video package now of Sammy Guevara versus Action Andretti, Takeshita versus Preston Vance, Riho versus Nyla Rose on Rampage. The AEW International Championship, a rebar mitzvah featuring MJF, and the Trios Championships between the House of Black, the Elite, and JAS are all going to be featured on Dynamite next week. And now we gear up for the main event, the Falls Count Anywhere match for the TNT Championship. We have Powerhouse Hobbs taking on the champion in Wardlow. This was brutal. This was a fantastic Falls Count Anywhere match. As the match didn't even start in the ring, we started out in the fucking parking lot. A very, very good match here. Wardlow looked good. Wardlow did not look good, honestly. Wardlow didn't look good in the finish, but he looked good throughout the match. And Powerhouse Hobbs looked like an absolute powerhouse, as he usually should be, considering that is his name. But the fact of the matter is that now we have the new TNT champion in Powerhouse Hobbs, and we gotta figure out where things go from there, and where things go for Wardlow from here. It's insane. So, Wardlow sets up Hobbs, hitting a powerbomb onto the ramp, but is feeling a bit, he pulled something. Hobbs gets up from the count, from the referee's count of 10. Wardlow brings him back onto his feet, bringing him towards the commentary booth before setting up for a powerbomb symphony, only for QT Marshall to lash out with a steel chair shot. Marshall has a big grin on his face for helping out Hobbs to his feet, telling Hobbs that this is his time now before they lift the champion up and sending him onto the platform near the stage. The referees then start the 10 count, and Wardlow is unable to answer the referee's count of 10, and Hobbs is presented the new Hobbs is presented with the championship, and he is now the new TNT champion. This Falls Count Anywhere match, for people that were wondering, and I know people were very confused, this Falls Count Anywhere match apparently could be won by pinfall, submission, or by knockout, which in knockout is basically the referee's 10 count. Basically last man standing. But yeah, it was by pinfall, submission, or by the referee's 10 count. So, Marshall and Hobbs celebrate as Wardlow is still struggling to get out of the platform that he is in. But our focus is now on the new TNT champion and Powerhouse Hobbs, as the replay went down and the new champion is standing tall and being shown a championship as we bring the show to a close. So, Powerhouse Hobbs is the new TNT champion. It is what it is. Wardlow only held the championship for 3 days. Kind of sucks. Like I said, I don't know what the fuck we're doing with Wardlow now. But I hope Powerhouse Hobbs actually does have a good championship reign with this title. We'll see where things go from there, though. And yeah, that's it. That was it for your AEW Dynamite tonight. That was a very good show. I thought it was a productive show. But other than that, and a new champion, that's what we got here tonight on AEW Dynamite. But guys, that's it for AEW Dynamite tonight here on OTB. That is your official post show for the show tonight. What did you like about Dynamite? What did you not like about Dynamite? I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for our special episode. And without further ado, guys, we will see you guys tomorrow on OTB. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good rest of the night. Stay safe. God bless. And peace.